my doves, what's up, what's up? Welcome back to Aphrodite by Olympia. My name's Olympia if you're new here, and I do videos about beauty and makeup available in Australia for deeper skin tones. So I wanted to do a video that would help anybody who's basically involved or has been affected with these recent floods here in Townsville, and you know, they've lost some makeup and they don't know what they need to get, what they should get, things like that. So all of these are going to be some recommendations. I will do a wear test with the Wet n Wild foundation that I'm going to be trying out for the first time today, just so that you guys can see how that wears as well, because I don't know what it's going to do, but the rest I do. We've also got some dupe products here as well. So yes, this is going to be kind of like an everything type video for you guys. So make sure you guys hit that subscribe button, hit that notification bell, and give this video a like if you like what you see. And without further ado, let's get into this video. So I've zoomed you in just a little bit. We're going to start off with brows. I have in front of me, now this is nothing new, but this is the ColourPop Brow Boss. This is in the shade dark brown. I'm going to use this to do my brows. I will pop the prices and where you can get these items up on the screen for you guys. So we'll go ahead and do the brows. Okie dokie. Now to set that, I'm going to be using the ColourPop Brow Boss Gel. Now when I first used this in a full face of first impressions or full face of ColourPop video that I did, I'll link that here somewhere for you guys, I was not overly impressed with this. I felt like it was a little bit gloopy and not quite clear, but I've actually worked out the best way to use it, and the best way to use it is to kind of really work it into the brow. And you kind of have to leave it alone for a little bit as well, so to like really let it dry and set. So I'm just going to use this ColourPop concealer though to define my underbrow. Just like that. Okay, now we're gonna go ahead and do the base. So we're gonna go in with the Australis primer, the original. I have been using this primer since the very beginning of my makeup journey. In fact, I think this is probably expired. It's fine. This is one of the few drugstore or affordable primers that actually I feel work. I have oily combo skin, so I tend to multi-prime, but for the purposes of this video, I'm just going to put this everywhere. Alright, and today, special, we've got the Wet n Wild Photofocus Foundation. Now this foundation is from Glam Radar. Glam Radar now stock Wet n Wild products and they ship to Australia. So very exciting. I've not used Wet n Wild anything at all ever. So this is going to be a first impressions. I've got two shades. I've got Mocha and I've got Espresso. Having a look at it just through the bottle, I think Mocha is going to be more my shade, being that it looks more golden. They look really similar though. Oh, it's a spatula. Oh, okay. It's got a spatula-like applicator. You've probably seen this already. If you're from Australia, you probably have seen this. Very late to the game, but I'm super excited to see what this is gonna do. I'll do a quick swatch on the Face-A-Rooney, just to see what I get. That one was Espresso and this one is Mocha. And as you can see, Mocha is definitely more golden. I'm gonna go for Mocha. I think that's gonna be more of a better fit. So some of the claims for this foundation is a high performing breakthrough formula, light adjusting complex to help prevent white cast in photos, So yeah, it's specifically good for like flash photography. I suppose why it's called Photofocus, that makes sense. It's supposed to give you a no filter perfection effect. It's matte as well. Yes, okay. I'm here for it. I'm not sure how much to use. Yo, I need to like shave my mustache off. I don't know. I'll use a beauty blender on one side and I'll use a brush on the other. Ooh, I really like that. Let's go in with the Morphe Y6 brush on this side. Does dry pretty quickly. Interesting. I think I like the sponge side better, only because it's just kind of melded in with the skin a bit better than the brush. Because the sponge is damp, it kind of makes the foundation a little bit more malleable, and because it, yeah, oh, and it's self-setting. Yeah, so because it's a drier formula, so with this brush, it hasn't got any wetness to kind of keep it moving on the skin. So this side I feel kind of melds a lot better. I'm just gonna put a bit more on the areas that I think I need a little bit more coverage. And I'm gonna go over that with the beauty blender. The beauty sponge. Yeah. Okay, next is a concealer. I am going to be using the ColourPop concealer. This is in the shade, I always forget because this is the old bottle and they went and changed the shade names. But I will definitely have the shade name up on the screen for you guys. I do use a lighter shade kind of underneath the eyes and the center of my nose, and then on my chin, and then I use like a slightly deeper shade around my mouth, just because I get a little bit dark in those areas. And I do prefer to use a beauty sponge for concealer because I have dry under eyes. I feel like when I use a beauty blender or a beauty sponge, it gives me a bit of moisture and I end up getting like less cracking and less dryness underneath there, and the concealer just seems to last longer, I find. I don't know, I could just, that all could be in my head. But I just like it better. So far this foundation is working really well on this concealer. Blended. Yes, I live. Okay guys, that's most of the base done. I just want to now set the under eye. I've got the ColourPop. I feel like this is a lot of ColourPop. I'm really sorry. I promise you there are other products, but ColourPop is just so affordable. So this is the Transluscent No Filter Setting Powder. I'm going to just use the sponge that I've been using to blend everything out and use that to set my under eye. If it feels like I'm rushing, it's because I am, because I'm going to a wrestling match tonight. So this is kind of a get ready with me, but not really. Now this powder, I find that it doesn't dry out my under eye at all. It really does just set it. Yes, I do look a bit powdery, I know, but that's all gonna change once I put the setting spray down. Now to set the rest of my face, I'm going to go in with ColourPop again, but this one in the medium deep. Lovely, got it all over my top. And I was gonna wear this top too, but it's probably not gonna happen now. Oh gosh. I do look very powdery, I know. That's okay. We're gonna go in with the Milani Presse Powder in the shade Earth Glow. Now I have used this before and I've done a video reviewing this powder for you guys. It's not yet up on my channel, but I've done it and it will go up soon. Probably after this video, I would expect. So we're gonna go ahead and just do some bronzing with this. Good amount of powder. Tap off the excess. Such a good powder. There's not a lot of kickback with this powder. Like it doesn't kick up a lot, but it really is beautiful. Like look at that. Come on. Come on. So good. I know some people like to contour with this powder. I feel like it's a little bit too warm to contour with. I like to use it to bronze and to really kind of warm up the skin. And I feel like you can't really go overboard with it. Okay. Now to kind of meld things together a little bit, I've got the Essence All About Matte Fixing Compact Powder. This is in the color Translucent. It's supposed to be able to be used on all skin tones. I've used this a couple of times and I don't have anything like bad or anything to say about it. I actually feel like it works very well. Coat the top, tap off the excess, and I use it to just kind of meld things together, kind of like the Sephora Micro Smooth. It doesn't leave any white cast, and it just marries things really, really well. Like just blends things seamlessly. I really like it. So affordable. I'll of course have the prices up on the screen for you guys. But you see how it just kind of blends things together. And it just gives an awesome finish to the skin, which you can't go wrong with. Alright, I'm almost done. I'm just gonna put down some blush and then we can spray the face and just get rid of some of the powderiness. So I've got this e.l.f. blush palette from Kmart. I absolutely love this blush palette. You can't go wrong with it. Now it does come with 4 awesome shades. I'm gonna go in with the deepest shade just here. And that same powder brush that I had, the translucent, no sorry, the medium deep from ColourPop, I'm just gonna use that to go over the blush and just tone it down just that little bit more. Just adding some more just up here. There we go. Just a hint of a flush is what I'm looking for. Alright, that is basically all of my powder products. So I'm going to go ahead and spray my face. I am taking the Australis Makeup Finishing Spritz in the matte formula. And I'm going to spray this all over. It's got such a good sprayer. Like the mister. It smells amazing. Smells so good. I actually feel happy when I use this spray. Priorities, I know. But it's the little things in life, okay? Like, seriously. Alright, so that would have taken down a lot of that powdery feel, and I can already see, just be looking in the viewfinder in my mirror here, that it's looking on point. Okay, so that's the base done, guys. Actually, no, I haven't done highlighter. Let's quickly do a highlight real quick. I'm gonna use the Maybelline New York Master Chrome in the color Molten Gold. You're probably aware I've used this many times on my channel because it's one of my faves. It's such a beautiful highlight. It's quite beaming, so you do have to be a little bit careful when applying and to start small, but it just looks beautiful. Just like that. Okay, I've highlighted all the areas that I want to highlight. We're gonna do lip and then we'll move on to the eyes. The lip I'm gonna be using is going to be, alright, so we've got some Maybelline Vivid Matte Liquid Lipsticks, and I've got the shade Nude Thrill. That's cute, really like that. Okay, I'm gonna move on to eyes, guys, and then we're almost there. So for the eyes, I have the Essence Wanted Sunset Dreams eyeshadow palette. This is supposed to be a dupe for the Urban Decay Heat palette. It's got the exact same colors in the exact same order. I don't know what the quality is like, but we're gonna just discover that together. So I'm gonna zoom you guys in a little bit and we can do the eyes. Alright guys, nice and close. I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. It's like an orangey brown. Okay, that is so warm and juicy, that crease. Oh guys, gonna go in with this last shade right at the end here. We're gonna wet it. Now I want to give this look just a little bit of some more dimension. So in the crease, just with this crease brush, I'm gonna go in with this shade here. And then I'm gonna go into that shade here. It's like a dark brown. And I'm gonna put that in the outer corner. With that blending brush, I'm gonna go into that first color. And I'm gonna get rid of any harsh lines. So I did go ahead and put some of that gold, bronzy gold shade just in the inner corner here. I have done the bottom lash line with just a little bit of that reddy brown color just here. I'm just gonna sweep a little bit more. And going in with that deeper shade just here. And I'm just gonna go just in the corner here. And now we're gonna do a little bit of liner. So we've got the NYX Super Skinny Marker Liner. I'm gonna do a tiny bit of the wing. Now let's put on some lashes. There's the lash there. And this is the Allure Exaggerate number 149. I'm going to use my regular glue, if I can find it. As you can see guys, this is the final look. It is all done. I am gonna basically do a wear test for you guys now. So I'm gonna do as many hours as I can. So 6:30 currently. And I will basically come back, I'm hoping to do 6 hours, maybe 4. 6 hours is where I kind of want to be, but we'll see how we go. So stick around and I can show you guys how this foundation wore. Okay guys, I'm back. It is currently 1 in the morning and I am going to do my final check-in. Okay, so yeah, so it's about 7.5 to 8 hours now that I've had this on my face. As you can see, I do have a fair bit of oil buildup around my nose and just kind of the T-zone area, which is where I normally get oily. Everywhere else though is looking quite good. No transfer, so that's not bad. I've got other foundations that work a little bit better. So in terms of oil control, I'll probably give it a B. I have seen worse. I can't see any real breakdown of the foundation, though the oils are coming through. The foundation itself is holding up really, really well. So I'm just gonna blot. Okay, so I got rid of some of that shine. I blotted, and I've only used one sheet, so that's not too bad at all. So just the one. I have seen worse. Sometimes I've had to use 3 or 4 of these, so it's actually done pretty well in terms of oil control for at least 7.5 to 8 hours. I don't see any lifting or fading. In fact, the only place I can see any kind of fading is just around here, but that's where my fiance gave me a kiss. So it didn't separate, didn't lift, didn't crack, didn't settle into fine lines. Really just not budge, not move, not lift, not shift. Unless you actually really kind of did something to it, it didn't move at all, which is really, really impressive. Now, I think this foundation worked really well with a sponge, mostly because I felt like it was a bit more of a drying formula. So it dried down really quickly, it was less emollient, and the sponge being damp kind of added that moisture and helped it really kind of meld and glide onto the skin a whole lot better. So my suggestion is to use a sponge if you're using this foundation. So yeah, that's basically what I have to say about this foundation, guys. There's not much else. I hope you got something out of this video. I tried to keep the costs down as much as possible on each of the items so that it was affordable, and I would have given you guys all the details on how to access these items on the screen. That is all I have for you guys. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure you give it a thumbs up, go ahead and subscribe, hit the notification bell, and I will see you beauties on my next video. Bye.